So just over a year ago, I believe I pioneered the Osmo Pocket 3 roller setup with the 4th axis stabilizer. And the setup and concept went completely viral all over Instagram, and a bunch of brands, including MovMax, ended up creating their own version of the 4th axis stabilizer for the Osmo Pocket 3. Brands like MovMax do the larger car rig setups for rollers where you use actual gimbals and like my Sony a7 IV, the full frame camera. And I actually have that from MovMax. It is the Razor arm, and I've done a whole video on that as well. But today we've just unboxed the smaller version for the Osmo Pocket 3, the MovMax Blade Arm, and this usually comes in silver, but I got a 1 of 10 golden edition of the MovMax Blade Arm, and it also has my logo ingrained into the MovMax Blade Arm, which is super cool. I'm super grateful to have this special edition of the MovMax Blade Arm, and I feel like I got this special edition because I was one of the people to pioneer this entire setup. Well, I believe I was, at least. And also the new MovMax 4.5-inch solar electric suction cup just released as well. So this is not a normal suction cup where you have to pump it to make it suction. This is an electric suction cup, okay? So we have a button on the side, you turn it on, you line it up with your object, you press the button, and it suction seals onto the object perfectly, and it is also solar powered. It has up to 150 hours of runtime on a full charge, but it also has solar power. So basically unlimited power while you're out filming, getting rollers, and the sun is just powering this thing. Basically unlimited power. So the bundle I got came with the 4.5-inch, the new solar electric suction cup, and that's the setup we have running at the moment. But I also got this here, which is the clamp mount. So I'll be able to clamp the blade arm onto my motorcycle passenger peg and get rollers from my motorcycle. And we also have this beautiful vibration dampener from MovMax as well, which helps eliminate any of the vibrations making it to the Osmo Pocket 3, whether it's hitting a bump or just the revs from the engine. And this is super cool. We have a filter pack for the Osmo Pocket 3 from MovMax, which comes with a variable ND filter inside of it. So most filter packs come with ND filters, but they come with 4 different ND filters: an ND4, an ND8, 16, and 32, for example. The MovMax filter set comes with a variable ND filter, so you can just twist it and change the ND level that way without having to take the filter off and replace it with another one. So that is really, really cool. It comes with variable ND filters as well as a 1/4 black mist filter and CPL filter as well. So that's really, really cool. Now, before we go out and test the new blade arm setup with the Osmo Pocket 3, let's first run through my exact settings on the Osmo Pocket 3 I use to get cinematic rollers. This is, again, one of the most asked questions I ever get on my videos is, what are my camera settings? On the video mode, I am shooting at 4K 30 frames per second or 60 frames per second, depends if I want my shot to have slow motion or not. Now we'll swipe from the right and jump into the camera settings. We're gonna make sure we have Pro toggled on, and we'll jump into the exposure tab. We wanna change this from auto to the little M, which means manual, and on the left here we have our shutter speed, and because we're shooting at 30 frames per second, we wanna double our shutter speed for our frame rate. So we'll be shooting at 1/60 shutter speed, and if I were to be shooting 60 frames per second, we'll want to be shooting at a 1/120 shutter speed, doubling the shutter speed for the frame rate. On the right side, we have our ISO. Now this depends whether you're shooting at nighttime, a cloudy day, a sunny day, anything like that. Typically for daytime, I'm gonna be putting this on the lowest ISO option, which is 50. Next is our white balance. Now a little tip I have here for the white balance is, depending on the scene and the situation, I will point the camera into the scene I am shooting on at the time. I'll tap auto white balance and it'll adjust the white balance for the specific scene, and then I'll hit manual again and it'll lock in that white balance for that scene. Next we have glamour effects off, and then we have color. We want to change this to D-Log-M 10-bit. Shooting in log is very important. It basically just has a wider dynamic range. So D-Log-M is DJI's camera specific log profile, so that's what we're going to want to select for this setting here. In the action camera edition of my LUT packs, it comes with D-Log-M specific LUTs that are tailored to this color profile. So it's basically a one-click color grade with those D-Log-M combination LUTs, which really speeds up the editing workflow later on, and of course makes the footage look amazing. Focus mode, I have this set to continuous. Breathing compensation is off, and then under image adjustment, I have the sharpness set to -1 and noise reduction set to 0. And since we're shooting at a locked shutter speed and manual settings, that's where you'll want to have an ND filter for your Osmo Pocket 3. Having your shutter speed locked at 1/60, for example, doesn't allow your camera to automatically adjust that shutter speed higher to correctly expose the overexposed image. That's why you need need this extra exposure tool, which is a variable ND filter, and you adjust this to correct the exposure. The gimbal mode I use on the Osmo Pocket 3 is the follow mode, and for the rotation speed, I have this set to slow. When I'm shooting rollers with the Osmo Pocket 3, I'm pretty much always also connecting the DJI Mic 2 and throwing it into my subject's pocket or backpack, anything like that, to get the raw exhaust audio as well. I have low cut disabled and 32-bit float recording turned on, so I can record internally and get a higher quality 32-bit float audio file, which basically just gives me more room to play around with the audio and stops the audio from clipping too much. I only have one of these, so the mic is set to stereo. I have my transmitter gain set to -6. This doesn't really matter because I'm recording 32-bit float internal audio, and I have no noise reduction option on the DJI Mic 2. Those are my settings when shooting rollers with the Osmo Pocket 3. Now, before we head out and test the MovMax Blade Arm, there is one more really important tip that I think will help you out a lot. So basically, when you have your Osmo Pocket 3 mounted on the blade arm in its normal orientation, for this example, we'll say facing backwards towards the subject mounted on the back of the car, when you track your subject and the subject moves around the car all the way to the right and then all the way to the left, it will actually lock out at basically 45 degrees. It won't be able to rotate any further than that, and if your subject is going further than that, it'll just lock out and you'll lose the shot of the subject. So the tip is to rotate the Osmo Pocket 3 in this direction, and now you'll see in this example, the Osmo Pocket 3 is able to track the subject from the right side of the car all the way around to the very other left side of the car, meaning you don't have to worry about the gimbal locking out. So the Osmo Pocket 3 is just mounted basically the wrong way, but in my opinion, it is the correct way, as the gimbal has free movement around everywhere you would want it to see. But unfortunately, there is one downside. If you're using the vibration dampener, you can't mount it sideways. You can only mount the Osmo Pocket 3 with the vibration dampener perfectly aligned with the blade arm, so you will get that gimbal lock. But I think the trade-off is definitely worth it because this vibration dampener is really good. After I tested it for a few minutes today, it looks so good. All right, with all that out of the way, the settings are locked in, our Osmo Pocket 3 is set up properly. Let's actually head out into the real world, test out my gold edition MovMax Blade Arm with my own little logo on there as well, and we'll see what kind of shots we can get with it. We got Dad behind us right now on the ZX6R. We got Tyler in front of us on his CBR 650R, and I'm in the Subaru. We're car vlogging in the Subaru Impreza. I've never really done a car vlog before, but I guess we're doing it today. We're heading to the location now where we're gonna get the rollers. Sun is nearly sunsetting. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The sun will set at 5, so hopefully we'll get some good lighting. There's nearly no clouds in the sky. I wouldn't mind a few clouds, but is this a thing? Like, do people POV and car vlog like this, like we do moto vlogging? I'm recording with the Insta360 Go 3S right now. I wonder if that's a thing. That'd be pretty cool.
That's golden. It feels really premium, hey?
Yeah.
Oh, it's custom?
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
So sick. Get some shots with it. I think I'm gonna put the vibration dampener on for this road because it's pretty bumpy. So see how that goes. Connects to the DJI Mimo app. Let's do it. I'm gonna lock it onto this quad lock mount right here. We've got a quad lock iPhone case, and we're gonna start tracking Tyler here. Hit record. And that's pretty much my job done. I just got to concentrate on driving now. We don't have communications. Unfortunately, Tyler doesn't have a Cardo, so we won't be able to talk. But usually I would use this Cardo right here with this headset. So good. All right, we're recording. We've got BTS angles. Let's go. Oh, it's so bumpy. I'm really interested to see how this looks. It is really bumpy. Definitely a good idea putting the vibration damper on. Yeah, this is definitely a good test. Look at all those bumps. Yeah, this isn't the best road. When we get up there, it should be a little bit better. Big bump there. Got some air. Yo, that was sick. That looks really cool. Yeah, we got both of them in the shot there. Hit this corner nice. Sick. Subaru doesn't have enough. Unfortunately, the lighting isn't exactly what I'd like it to be, but this is mainly just a test to see how the actual MovMax Blade Arm performs. Sick. Dope setup. I just concentrate on driving. That's literally all I'm doing. The lighting and conditions were pretty harsh at the moment, so we decided to wait at this spot and kill some time. We even did some flips while waiting for the sun to go down a little bit. The sun is finally setting, the lighting is looking perfect, and we're riding up this mountain with a beautiful ocean view. I'm gonna leave this section raw with the raw audio, and of course, this Osmo Pocket 3 footage was created with my LUTs from the Action Edition. Enjoy. Yeah, look that. Yeah, right here. Looks
That's so
insane.
sick.
Through the bushes. Look how good that looks at the trees.
Wow, look at that.
That was a beautiful one shot, one take, riding up the mountain with the ocean revealing as we got higher. And that shot was made possible thanks to the Osmo Pocket 3 just tracking the subject the entire time. And of course, the MovMax Blade Arm absorbing all of the bumps and vibrations, making this shot come out perfect. If you're interested in getting your own Blade Arm for your Osmo Pocket 3, check out my affiliate link in the description. And if you want to watch another video like this, click over here and I will see you over there.